we doing?
All right.
How was it out there today?
Beautiful. I'm fully converted now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm full New Englander. I'm all in on it. No, it didn't take long. I'm all in.
I think Drake called it football weather yesterday.
Yeah, that's what it is. Perfect football weather.
What type of challenges do the Falcons offense present to you this weekend?
A lot of challenges. Extremely talented all around. I mean, even the offensive line for what they do. They do a great job together. Very athletic, fire off the ball. The skill players. I looked it up. I can't remember. I think it's like 7 first-rounders and then a high second-rounder on the starting 11 on offense. And, you know, it's for a reason. You know, they're talented. You know, Bijan Robinson, you know, he should be up there in the conversation. You know, I mean, he's a game changer for them. But a lot of challenges what they do.
Defense seems like something that's pretty fundamental, like build the ball, swarm, and all those things. But with a talent like Bijan Robinson, what makes him unique when you're game planning to stop him?
Yeah, I mean, if there's the tiniest crack in that wall, he finds it. He does an unbelievable job of not breaking stride to make those cuts. You know, sometimes when you build a really good wall, you might get that back to kind of stop their feet and now starts working lateral. You know, if he sees a crease this big, he does not break stride and he breaks through arm tackles. But yeah, I get multiple people to tackle him. Like, I can't say enough great things about him. He's a stud.
Like with run defense, pride plays a factor with a lot of these guys. Like they take pride in stopping the run.
Yeah.
Is that something that's just intrinsic for these guys, or do you push that in that?
I'd say both. Yeah, I think the guys in general, yeah, they take pride in everything they do. But yeah, with the way we have our program here and just them too, yeah, I think they take pride in setting the edge, building a wall, swarming to the ball. You know, the run defense obviously brings more of a physicality mindset, and I think they take pride in that for sure, yeah.
Zach, this isn't essential to Sunday, but has Christian said anything about facing his brother?
No, I asked him today if he was going to do a jersey swap, and he said he was, but no, we haven't really talked about it.
Do you ever look at his brother or scout him?
Yeah, I've watched his tape a little bit. He's a good player, versatile, can be on the edge, off the ball, has some pass rushing. He's been really good because he was in New Orleans, and when they I think he went with Nielsen when Nielsen was there, and went a little more off the ball. He transitioned pretty well to that.
Hi, Zach.
Hey.
Dare I ask you about the opening script?
It came later than I thought. Yeah, I say this, you know, like in Tennessee, you know, we kind of felt a flat energy, right, to start that game. Did not feel that at all this game. I thought the guys were ready to roll. You know, Tonga makes that first play, had some energy off of that, and then second play we executed the call versus the run, and now we're in a 3rd and 11, and that's what you want to be in. When, you know, we just didn't execute, and the next play, right, and I think it was like a 3-yard run, and then they got us on a jet sweep. You know, we had a couple missed tackles, but those are hard tackles, and then we kind of played a little more aggressive versus the next call, and they got us, and we're going to continue to work on it. I think BMAC does a great job. Ben McAdoo does a great job. We've recently started trying, like, you know, try to have him build like an opening script and put those guys in the mindset. I thought they did that, you know, well in practice this last week and this week, and I think it's helped the energy, and we just got to execute that first drive.
How do you explain how well you play after the fact? I mean, it's like you go from, you know, team going all the way down the field to being dominant the rest of the way.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a coincidence or maybe it's like, you know, kind of a wake up call. But again, I thought the energy was great. I don't think we were, you know, sleeping behind the wheel there that first drive. Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to ask them if that's kind of a kick in the butt, like, hey, let's get things going. But like I said, kind of last week, I think we do a great job between series of coach-to-coach communication, player-to-coach communication, player-to-player communication to get stuff fixed that we saw in the first series.
Zach, what do you know, I know you're confident in anyone who's on the roster, but Keon's traded, you got some young guys who decide Caleb Murphy. Your edge depth feels shallower than at other points in the season. How do you see it?
No, I wouldn't say shallower. First off, like I really appreciate Keon and Doug, their time here. They're ultimate pros, great dudes in the facility, and I wish them the best of luck. But again, like whoever we have in that room and whoever we put on the field, I think we got all the belief in the world.
With Doug Arabs, you lose someone with a lot of experience, and some of the guys on G Grant has some experience. But how do you view the depth chart now behind Woodson and Hopkins? Is that a spot for Pettis to step up? Is it guys just brought in John Saunders too?
Yeah, I think it's always a all hands on deck approach, and like Braves, he even hit it in the meeting today. Like they have to have the mindset to prepare as the starter. It doesn't matter if you think you're third on the depth chart or fifth on the depth chart. Like, shoelace breaks, you got to get in there. You got to be prepared as the starter.
Zach, what are you seeing from Marcus Jones these days?
A big smile on his face. He's same guy day in, day out. Like, he is the definition of our team identity. I'm so happy for him. He deserves that. And it hasn't changed a bit. Working his tail off out there, making plays out there during practice. It's well-deserved, though, for him.
He's kind of doing everything right now with tackles for loss, sacks, pass breakups.
Yeah.
Is that natural for someone to make those types of plays out of the slot, or is it something special he's doing that's putting him around those plays?
Yeah, I'd say he's doing some special stuff out there. Not to say that's not league-wide. I've been around a couple of guys like that, but he really is playing a complete game right now with the run game, his number being called on pressures, coverage, ball disruption, and obviously in special teams. So, yeah, he's doing some pretty special things right now.
When it comes to main coverage, notice in the past when the team is running man, there's been a lot of robber and kind of help in the middle, but it seems like there's been more of a pressure approach this season. I wonder, is that something you've always philosophically done, and how do you feel that the group has handled those situations?
Yeah, I'd like to say I'd have to check the numbers. We'd like to be balanced with that, of whether you have like inside help or you're bringing the man pressure to help some of the leverage with the help on the inside. It works hand in hand. Like you do like the pressure because now I'm not covering as long. But, I don't have that help inside, so now I got to really own my leverage, all right, and be really tight on body. To whereas now we got to buy an extra second of time for the rush when we just rush 4 and we have some inside help. But we try to be balanced with it. There's positives to both, and I think it's very situational based. That's a good question.
This is, I don't know, far down the list of important things, I guess, but when you guys rotate interior defensive linemen, it seems like you don't rotate individuals. You kind of rotate Jordan and Farmer in at the same time. What's just the thinking behind that rather than rotating individually more so? Yeah,
there's different ways to go about it. Sometimes sometimes you're used to playing next to a guy, but also it's just truly the rep count. If those first two guys have the same amount of reps and you're trying to take some of those off, they're both coming out. I wouldn't say that's like a concrete thing. It's always like, the hockey sub changes. We can easily do 1-for-1s and all that.
What are 2 more questions?
Zach, Christian Gonzalez seems to continue to knock some rust off or maybe level up. Like, what does getting him back to regular season form for a guy who missed a lot of time do for you as a defense?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. He's a special guy. Very talented, loves the game. You can tell he's always in tune. And again, when you can get a guy that can really challenge in coverage, you don't have to dictate a lot of resources to that side. It kind of opens up, your playbook, your call sheet to get some other things done. But yeah, he's a huge value to this defense.
Does that literally open up, more sim pressures or zero or anything you want to do?
Sure.
Because you can count on that for him.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you could have done earlier.
Well, again, we trust everybody that goes out there, but yeah, he's shown some results from it. So you feel a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, but you almost feel, safer is not the word either, but you feel better about continuing to call some of that stuff.
Thanks, Zach.
Yep. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.